Hello, my name is Parker Witch, and this is a channel where I read wonderful stories to you fanders. Yes, I'm using his nickname for now, but eventually I won't. Today I am reading chapter 4 and 5 of Nothing Left to Lose, a Prinxiety story by Shawnee VFX. If you haven't watched my previous videos, I do suggest you do, or at least go check it out. It is in the description. I do apologize if my recording does sound a little different from last time. I don't have my headset with me at the moment because I forgot where I put it. I think it's in my car, but I don't have time to go check, and I really want to get this recorded for you guys. So, without any further ado, this is Nothing Left to Lose by Shawnee VFX. Chapter 4. Virgil's Point of View. A couple of days later, Janice has his little invention ready. So, what is it? Remus asks, staring at the radio-sized object. A bomb, Janice says simply. We're going to put it in a building near the heart of the city. We've never really built something like this, just stolen a bunch of stuff, or vandalized a few buildings. I don't really know how to feel about this whole thing. Bombs are dangerous, and I don't really want anyone getting hurt. Janice never told me what he was building up front, and I'm guessing this is why. Silently, I slip into my dark hoodie, jeans, and face mask, knowing that getting into an argument wouldn't help at all. Once we're all in the main room, Remus teleports us out to some random rooftop. The landing's a bit rough, but Remus hardly ever has the patience to be more careful with his power. Alright, Remus and I will plant our bomb in there. He points to a skyscraper a couple of buildings away. Stay here and watch for the heroes. I nod as Remus takes Janice's hand and teleports them to the roof of Cezelle Enterprises. Great. This is Janice's way of getting back, leaving me on watch duty. At least I don't have to risk blowing myself up. I half-heartedly watch for the heroes, phone in hand in case they do show up. The three of them usually show up after the media, which will take a while, assuming Janice, and especially Remus, can set the bomb up without getting caught. A few minutes later, the two appear on the roof, and I almost jump off out of shock. Gee, thanks, fight or flight reflexes. You really know when to help. You get their angst? Remus says, holding back laughter. Peachy, I mumble bitterly. He holds up his arm defensively. Hey, don't get mad at me, or you'll miss the fireworks. Oh yes, because I'm so excited to see a bomb go off and possibly kill people. Janice checks his watch. It should be going off right about now, he says, looking towards the building. Despite the warning, I still flinch when the explosion sounds, blowing out of the windows a couple floors down from the top. Smoke immediately starts pouring out of the building, curling up into the sky. Remus claps his hands like a child during a fireworks show. Soon enough, Channel 10 news vans show up on the scene, beating even the first responders there. First responders arrive next, going in to evacuate the workers inside. My feeling of dread only rises when ash-covered people come out of the building, presumably from the higher floors. Most of the workers got out unharmed, which I'm glad for. What was the point of this, Jer? I decide to ask, since he never actually told me anything. Why plant a bomb randomly? What message are you trying to send? Simple. We are sending the message that the dark sides aren't to be messed with. For now, it's only a single bomb, but if they don't listen, then soon enough, the entire city will be rigged up to explode, he states, never taking his eyes off the fiery corporate building. What? I squeak out. That can't be it. He has to be lying. You're kidding, right? That sounds like a Remus plan, not a Janice one. If we do that, people will die. People may already die today because of this. And for what? So people fear you? This is crazy. He turns to me, glaring coldly. It's not crazy. It's threatening. Don't forget you're involved in this too. If people die today, it's your fault as much as it is mine. You brought me the Vidium and the gunpowder, the materials necessary to make the bomb. You're not innocent here. So, if you decide to play the hero, do you really think that it'll save you from justice? No one will care that you turn good in the end. They'll just use you. And once they've arrested us, he gestures to himself and Remus, they'll just arrest you too. He's right. He's right and he knows it. But maybe he's just using me. Me too. He uses these guilt tactics way too much, and honestly, it's really bothering me. Sure, if people get hurt today, it'll be my fault, and I'll just have to live with that, but Janice wouldn't care if those innocent people got hurt, and neither would Remus. They've never cared about anyone but themselves, and here I was thinking I could live with that. Crack. I watch as Janice falls onto his side, clutching his face, and I look back at my hand. Oh, shit. You little... He cuts himself off with an inhuman growl as he suddenly pushes himself up. Without thinking, I use my earthquake induction to knock them off their feet. Then, before Remus can regain his focus and teleport over here, I use my paralyses on them both, freezing them in place. I'm so dead once they're able to move again. Knowing this, I do what any rational person should do, and run in the opposite direction. They just shouldn't be stunned for long, and hopefully Janice will decide to let me go in favor of giving some villain monologue to the bystanders below. Once confident that they aren't chasing me down to kill me, I bolt to the warehouse. I take my satchel and load it up with as much stuff as possible. My phone, charger, and headphones are practically a necessity, so I set them aside to throw in last to avoid breaking them. Other than that, I change into regular clothes, throwing my hoodie into the bag so I can at least try to blend in on the streets. I also throw in my sketchbook and figure cube, knowing how my high-end anxiety will probably be... Knowing how heightened my anxiety will probably be, since I'll have nowhere to stay the night. My sense of flight kicks in, and I quickly leave the warehouse, terrified of Janice and Remus's return. I walk out into the city, moving around until dark, and settle down in an alley. My general anxiety... Hold on, sorry. From the day comes crashing down all at once, and as I have a panic attack in the dark alley. After several minutes, I manage to calm myself down. The attack leaves me drained. You know what I realized? Janice and Remus never call me by my actual name, even when we were out of costume. Weird. Sorry, my thing's being stupid. Anyway, Chapter 5, Remus's point of view. This just in. We have reports of the superhero villain group known as the Dark Sides are staging another attack against the city. A generic news reporter reads from her teleprompt. Just minutes ago, a bomb was reported to go off inside a large office building downtown. Footage starts rolling of a large building with smoke coming out of it. The camera angle switches to the ground where people are rushing out of the building. Most look uninjured, so that's good. The news report continues on with the generic, "Where are our heroes?" routine. Me and Logan quickly look at each other, then at Patton, who has been taking orders. He quickly excuses himself, though none of his employees can really complain since he runs the place, and head to the nearest bathroom at the building next door to change into our supersuits. My red and white princely costume is definitely the most elegant of the three, with a red mask to cover the majority of my beautiful face. It truly is a shame that I want to protect those closest to me. Patton's costume is a very mismatched light blue and gray mess, with his glasses awkwardly sticking out beneath his mask. Logan's suit is basically what you would expect a warlock from medieval times to wear, minus the hat. Instead of his normal glasses, he has these high-tech glasses type things with blue lenses. Where exactly was the attack happening? I ask, once we're outside the building. Logan leads the way. It's at Sazel Enterprises. The attack location appears to be random, though, he responds. Random? Patton asks, flying casually next to us while we're stuck running. Deceit may be smart, but I believe his overall goal is to prove some kind of point against mankind as a whole, not a specific company or group, he explains, stopping suddenly. I'm about to ask why when I turn to follow his gaze. Cizelle Enterprises. At least I didn't have to get all hot and sweaty by running across the city. A prince has to slay, after all. What's the place specs? I ask, knowing he'll only scold me if I rush in, powers blazing. Another Logan lecture is not on my schedule. Patton, you're on civilian safety duty. Evacuate the building and fly out the people that can't make it on their own. Check the upper floors first. I'll be assessing the damage to the building, in case of the integrity of the building has been compromised. Roman, I need you to find the dark side, since I highly doubt that they'd be in the skyscraper they attacked. Logan takes off to talk with the first responders, and Patton flies up into the building. Deceit is the type of person that likes to take credit for his attacks, so he's probably still around here. Probably. I ran up the roof of a shorter apartment building using the fire escape, hoping to get a better view. I see movement on the building across the street and basically jump off the one I was already on to get there faster. Also deciding to use the fire escape so I don't have to shove through a bunch of stuffy office workers. Found him, I report, turning on my comm link that Logan built us. Good. Do not engage until Popstar or I arrive to assist you, though. 3-on-1 are not good odds, even with your super strength and quite literal firepower. Logan points out robotically, using Patton's superhero name instead because we can't have anyone find out our identities. Eriska peek onto the roof and confirm my suspicions. Actually, Delta, it's only Deceit and Duke. I don't see anxiety anywhere. That can't be good. He mumbles more to himself than us. Maybe he's on vacation? Patton suggests hopefully through the comm. Logan, like usual, is quick to counter. Or he's waiting somewhere else to cause more damage, perhaps trying to use his tectonic plate manipulation to completely collapse the building. Patton goes silent. Logan can be pretty harsh when he shares his theories. I don't know. Usually they only separate to steal something, and this is pretty extra distraction. Even for them, I say. Something just feels off about it all. Anytime anxiety isn't with them, he's out on some heist with while the others are distracting us somewhere else. Everyone's out already, so I'll come over there and help you, Ro. Patton says through the comm. Okay, I'm on the fire escape, ignoring Logan's complaint about Patton using my actual name. A few seconds later, Patton lands next to me loudly, startling Deceit and Duke. So much for the element of surprise, I mumble as I run up the remaining steps to the roof, Patton taking a shortcut by flying up. Deceit curses as we make ourselves visible. I notice a bruise forming on his cheek. Wondering where he got that, he quickly grabs Duke's hand and they disappear. Dang, Patton comments. Dang is right, I respond, disappointed that they got away that fast. We'll catch him Sunday. Let's go find Logan. I said someday, not Sunday. Sorry, it sounded like Sunday. Logan is waiting near the skyscraper. Base is stable. The only worry would be that the 57th floor collapses and possibly causes a chain reaction. He wraps up his conversation with the officer when he sees us. I take it Deceit and Duke escaped. Thank you, Captain Obvious, I respond, still salty about them getting away for what must have been the millionth time. What do you say we go home and order pizza or something? Patton suggests. Don't, I say, putting a finger to Logan's mouth before he can correct Patton's grammar. Instead, he glares at me silently, but Patton looks happy. After changing back into civilian clothes, we go back to our apartment. Patton orders the pizza while me and Logan argue over what movie to put on. Like normal, Patton breaks up the argument by voting for Logan's movie choice, Big Hero 6. At least it's Disney. that is the end of today's reading. Thank you guys so much for coming. I know that I'm kind of having issues with my talking, and you can hear that my mouth is kind of... I don't like that sound either. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done that. I know it's just getting intense, but you guys will have to come back next week to hear the rest, I suppose. We will be reading chapter 6 and 7 next week. Thank you guys so much for being patient with me. I might do the recording now just to, I suppose, make this easier on us so that it doesn't sound like that. But I might have to wait a little bit until my issue with my talking is a little calmer, so I don't know yet. But hopefully for the next video, my voice will be back to normal. And I'll hopefully have my headphones. This was kind of a rushed recording, and I hate to do that to you guys so much, but it will eventually be fine. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next week. Bye!